When it comes to chest flies, this is a mistake that I see, or this is an exercise that I see done wrong in the gym a lot, and it's typically one of the main exercises that causes guys to have underdeveloped pecs and overdeveloped anterior deltoids. The front delt is typically much larger on guys, and they always try to, and flies are a great exercise to improve your chest strength and size when done correctly, because normally what you see is guys probably starting off with too much weight, and you see them going like this, and they have these and they go like that, and they're doing as much weight as they can, and they're getting a little bit of, they're working their chest a little bit, but the main issue here is in my shoulders. So when I'm pressing this weight forward, I'm rolling my shoulders forward just because it's getting too heavy, and this is what's going to hit that anterior deltoid. I'm getting a little bit of chest activation, but I'm getting most of the exercise, most of the muscle being worked is that right there. So I'm gonna give you 3 quick tips that you guys can use when the next time that you go to do chest flies that are going to cancel out as much as possible of your anterior delt and put your chest into as much of a biomechanical advantageous state as possible. The first and most important tip is to, and I talk about this in pretty much all of my videos when it comes to either chest or back exercises, pretty much any exercise really, is scapular retraction, is rolling your shoulders back. And not only rolling your shoulders back, because when you roll your shoulders back, you can roll them up too high, and now you're up here. And this, when you do a fly like that, you're gonna hit a lot of your anterior delt. Not only shoulder retraction or scapular retraction, but scapular depression. You really wanna focus on rolling your shoulders back as much as possible and rolling them down as much as possible. And when you roll them down, what you should also get is a slight outward turn of your arms. So you should roll them back and then press them down, and when you press them down, you get that outward turn. And then when you get that outward turn, what happens is your serratus anterior, which is a muscle running right in here, that should automatically tighten. When you press your shoulders back and down as much as possible, you should immediately feel a tight squeeze back in here, which is going to be the second tip, which is make sure that you are squeezing your serratus anterior and your lats during a chest fly. So when you press your shoulders back and press them down, you should feel a nice deep squeeze down in your lats back behind you, creating the strength so that you can then use your chest to do a chest fly. So that's the second one. And the third one is going to be more so how you focus during the exercise, because how you work your chest muscle is by shortening and lengthening the muscle. That's how you work any muscle, by shortening and lengthening the muscle. And to work your pectoral muscle, you have to obviously shorten, which is going to be bringing your arm, abducting your arm across, and then adducting your arm outward. So this is the motion that's going to shorten and lengthen your muscle the most. So if you're doing a chest fly and you're doing too much weight, what you're gonna see a lot of times is guys with their arms bent going like this, bringing this weight together. Right here, that leaves like a lot of air, a lot of room for my elbows to continue coming together. And the difference between right here and right here with my chest is huge, because right here, I'm not getting that peak contraction. Right here, I am. So the third one is going to be, make sure you are focusing on arm abduction and arm adduction, or elbow abduction and elbow adduction. That way you are shortening and lengthening the muscle as much as possible. And what I try, or what I say to focus on, is not so much just bringing your arms across your body, but more so trying to squeeze your biceps together. Because when you're trying to squeeze your biceps together, that's when you actually start bringing your arm across and trying to get your two biceps to touch. And if you really try to overemphasize that, you're gonna get that nice peak contraction of your pectoral muscle. So I'm gonna show you guys the 3 tips used in an actual chest fly. So first up, we're gonna step out. And then the first thing we're gonna do here is roll our shoulders back, so retract our scapula, and then not only retract, but depress your scapula, press it down as much as possible. You should get a slight outward turn in your shoulders, so that's gonna be your starting position. This is gonna put your chest at the most advantageous state. So from here, what you're gonna focus on is flexing your lats, keeping your serratus anterior and your lats as tight as possible down through your midsection, keeping that tight. And then the last thing is when you bring this weight together, you're focusing on squeezing your biceps together while keeping your shoulders rolled back and down. So shoulders back and down, squeezing my lats, pressing my biceps together, and that is going to give you, that's properly going to contract your chest muscle.